Hi, Yellow 6 students. Today in Language Arts, we are going to work on 2.10 Explanatory Response on the internal and external conflicts. You are going to refer to your Quarter 3 Language Arts Portfolio 2 and pull up your assignment slideshow. This is going to be located on slide number 29 and 30. On slide 29, it says, list examples of internal and external conflicts for Sal and Phoebe. Now, examples of internal conflicts is when you have a conflict with yourself. So, Phoebe, the internal conflict that Sal is feeling is that Phoebe annoys her sometimes, right? Like Phoebe, an example of internal conflict is how she's embarrassed about her mom leaving, so she makes up a story that she went on a business trip. Make sure that when you share the internal conflicts, it's conflicts that the character feels within themselves. Now, examples of external conflicts is conflicts that they may feel with others, man versus man, or man versus nature, or man versus society. So an example of external conflict for Sal is that she snapped at her mom when her mom wanted her to take a walk with her. An example of external conflict with Phoebe is when Phoebe yells at her mom. You know, when the mom is trying to help her, she yells at her. Okay, so these are just an example for internal conflict and external conflict. You will need to come up, and there's so many conflicts that were shared in this book, Walk to Moons. Now, after you work on this grid, sharing 3 different internal conflicts of cells and 3 external, and then 3 internal for Phoebe and 3 external, you will then proceed to go to page 30, slide number 30. And on slide 30, it's going to say select either Sal or Phoebe. Okay, so you're going to choose one character, not 2. Focus on just one character you want to write about. Then write an explanatory response to the novel Walk to Moons, explaining how 2 internal or 2 external conflicts cause Sal or Phoebe to grow and change. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is come up with your topic sentence that states who is struggling with either internal or external conflicts. Please use an occasion position or however topic sentence. So here's an example to start you off. Although there are many examples of conflict in the novel Walk to Moons, Sal experienced change due to the, and you can either put internal or external, whichever one you want to go and write about. Then with your transition sentence, you're going to introduce the internal or external conflict. So it'll start off like this. To begin with, Sal experienced the internal or external conflict when she, and you will explain. Okay? Then you are going to give me the examples. So 2 to 3 examples from the text to support the internal or external conflict the character is struggling with and how it causes the character to grow or change. So you could put in the novel to be specific and give details about conflict, right? Then add another sentence that gives more detail or explanations of the conflict that this caused Sal to grow and explain how it helped her to grow. Then the commentary is going to be your thoughts on the internal or external conflict and how it causes the character to grow or change. So for example, I can understand how Sal would change in that situation. After experiencing something so drastic, who wouldn't grow more mature? Okay. So you will explain though based on the examples you had given above. Then you'll start your next transition sentence introducing a different internal or external conflict. So another example of, now one of the things you want to remember, class, is that if you are choosing to write about external conflicts, then both of your transition sentence should be focused on external conflict. Okay? If you're going to be writing about internal conflict, then both of your transition topics sentences should be internal. Okay? So you're choosing one or the other. Okay? Now, after I give another example of internal or external conflict, where I'm introducing a different one, then I'm going to continue by giving my examples for that second transition. So in chapter, you can make reference, be specific, give details about the conflict, then add another sentence that gives more detail and explains the conflict. And you can put cell was change in that and explain cell's change. And then put your commentary, like, one of my friends experienced a similar external conflict like cell experience, and she changed a lot. Okay, it can be something as simple like that. Then you're going to end your conclusion sentence by saying cell experience both, and you're going to put down internal or external conflict in Walk to Moons, but her biggest change occurred in her blank conflicts. Okay, so even though she experienced both internal and external conflicts, her biggest changes occurred in her, and you'll write down the type of conflicts you selected, whether you were focusing on internal or external. So if you were writing about external conflicts, then here you would put down external. Okay? Now, I hope that this this practice guide that was presented will help you to go ahead and generate your ideas as you write your explanatory paragraph. All right? So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to go ahead and ask your teacher for assistance. Okay? All right. Good luck. Aloha.